Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Jamaica's economic growth is estimated to have exceeded pre-pandemic levels for the 2022-2023 fiscal year. The Planning Institute of Jamaica PIOJ has released preliminary data for the January to March quarter alongside the full fiscal year. Javon Keys reports.
Director General of the Planning Institute of Jamaica PIOJ, Dr. Wayne Henry, says growth estimates show a 2.7% increase for the January to March 2023 quarter, suggesting full economic recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic.
This performance reflects in part the impact of the retooling and expansion as well as pivoting undertaken by firms as they sought to manage the challenges brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. The preliminary outturn for the quarter resulted in growth of 4.3% for the fiscal year 2022-23 and represents full recovery in overall output levels from the impact of COVID-19, 1 year before the projected recovery date of fiscal year 2023-24.
For context, the first quarter in 2019, a year before the pandemic, saw Jamaica's gross domestic product increase by 1.7% and 1.9% for the fiscal year 2018-2019. Dr. Wayne Henry says for the output in the first quarter of 2023, growth was driven by increased demand for local goods and services.
Especially for Jamaica's tourism product. This was facilitated by the continued recovery in the economies of Jamaica's main trading partners and was reflected in the positive performances for the transport, hotels and restaurants, and other services industries. 2, increased domestic demand associated with the strength of the recovery, particularly in the hotels and restaurants and transport, storage and communication industries. And 3, the resumption of operations at the Jamaica alumina plant.
GDP was, however, tempered by a fall in the construction industry.
Due to a slowdown in works on major infrastructure projects, which are close to completion, and the negative effect of drought conditions on the agriculture, forestry and fishing, and the electricity and water supply industries.
Meanwhile, the PIOJ also estimates growth will be realized in the current quarter.
It is projected that the economy will grow within the range 2% to 3% relative to April to June of 2022, based on the continuation of the growth momentum in most industries.
Increased operations at Jamaica, along with improved domestic demand due to an expected uptick in employment once realized, will positively impact the period's performance. For the Business Day, I'm Javon Keys.
The US dollar is being sold for an average $155.45. $114.44 is the going rate for the Canadian dollar. The average cost for the pound is $193.17, while the average selling rate for the euro is $168.09. To the stock market now, the JSE index lost 1,166 points today, while the junior market gained 5 points. The 53 winners were led by Trans-Jamaican Highway US dollar shares, Caribbean Flavors and Fragrances, CAC 2000, Jamaica Public Service 7% shares, and 138 Student Living Jamaica. The 35 losers include Medical Disposables and Supplies, First Rock Real Estate Investments, Epley 5% preference shares, JMMB Group 7.5% shares, and Caribbean Assurance Brokers. 19 stocks traded firm. And that's it for the Business Day. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Good evening.